EA Sports UFC 6 leads game sales for June, a month where spending fell 21% compared to last year. I don't know if you guys saw this article, but man, when I saw this, my initial reaction was, oh my goodness, like this can either be a very good thing or it can be a very, very bad thing. And it all depends on what they conclude internally is the reason why UFC 6 outsold every other game in the month of June. But before we get to that, let's read this article and actually see what they're saying. So right there it says, U.S. video game spending in June of this year dropped a substantial 21% compared to June of 2025. While that kind of decline might sound dismal, especially placed within the context of current economic struggles and abundant price increases everywhere, it's also due to just how good June 2025 was for video game spending, bolstered by the record-breaking launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, as reported by the latest Circana analyst report. Right there it says EA Sports UFC 6 took the top spot for best-selling game of 2026 for US spending on physical and full game digital dollar sales, with Mecha Chameleon behind it in second, followed by 007 First Light and Star Fox, the recently released Nintendo Switch 2 remake of Star Fox 64. It is absolutely insane to me that it beat out 007 First Light. Now, I did not realize how big the game Mecha Chameleon is, but apparently it's the hit of the year. And the fact that EA Sports UFC 6 outsold it also is just wild to me. It's very hard for me to believe, genuinely. And right there, they showcase the top 10 selling games. Right there is EA Sports UFC 6 at number 1, Mecha Chameleon. Then you've got 007 First Light. Have you guys played this 007 First Light game? I was interested in it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it up. Was it good? And then, dude, it beat out Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, Forza Horizon 6, MLB The Show, Minecraft. Dude, I thought anything Minecraft related immediately skyrockets to the top. NBA destroyed NBA 2K26. That's insane. So right there, EA Sports UFC 6 leading the charts. And so let's talk about the good and the potential really, really bad, right? So the good is if internally they come to the conclusion that the reason why the game sold as well as it did is because of fighter uniqueness and because of what they've done with that, then that's amazing. Because if there's anything these companies understand is they go where the money is. And if it's telling them, oh, if we give these people more fighter uniqueness, then they're going to buy more of our games, then maybe that means we're going to get more fighter uniqueness in other areas and that it's currently lacking right now, right? In regards to the clinch, in regards to the ground game. I mean, it has been beyond stale since like UFC 2. Like the ground game we have right now is the UFC 2 ground game, and we are in UFC 6. It is borderline unforgivable that we have the same exact ground game. And not only do we have the same ground game, but there is absolutely zero fighter uniqueness when it comes to grappling. And that is not the case in real life. Not every single fighter passes the guard the same way. Not every single fighter plays guard the same way. Charles Oliveira does not play guard the same way a Khabib would play guard if you were to put Khabib on his back, right? There's some fighters that are more prone to wrestling up, and then some of the guys are more prone to using more complex jiu-jitsu guards like the De La Riva, Deep De La Riva, X guard, inverted, all of this stuff. And we don't have any of those distinctions in the game right now. Regardless of who you're using, the moment the fight hits the ground, everybody moves and looks the same. And in my opinion, it does a massive disservice to the grapplers, right? Not every single person shoots the same. It should look different, right? Someone like George St. Pierre has a very, very distinct way he shoots his double leg takedowns. His double leg blast takedown is not the same as the way a Daniel Cormier or a John Jones will shoot their double leg blast takedown. These are things that we need more of. You got to double down on the fighter uniqueness, right? So that's where I'm at. If that's what they're concluding internally, like the reason why the game is selling as well as it is because of fighter uniqueness, then oh my goodness, that's the best thing ever. Because then we're just going to get more fighter uniqueness. But if internally they're thinking, maybe the reason why the game sold, maybe they have, I'm pretty sure they have sophisticated ways of figuring all this stuff out. And I'm hoping that it's not telling them that the reason why the game is selling is because of flow state or because of the Hall of Legends that they've added, or all the other pluses that I would say I'm hoping that's not what they're going. Oh, maybe we need to do more Hall of Legends. Maybe that's the reason the game is selling. Maybe this lackluster story mode is the reason why the game is selling. Let's do more of it, right? As opposed to let's do a actual fully fledged story mode like Fight Night Champion. I am hoping they do not come to any of that conclusion. In my opinion, the reason why EA Sports UFC 6 sold as well as it did so far is because of the promise and, to a large extent, the delivery on fighter uniqueness. And I like this as well, bro. If that's the conclusion they come to, I like it also because of the message it sends to everybody else, not just EA. The message it sends to Steel City Interactive. The message it sends to anyone else that might want to jump into this genre and try to make a combat-based video game based on a sport. If you want to make a Muay Thai game, if you want to make a karate game, if you want to make a jiu-jitsu game, a wrestling game, a boxing game, you got to remember that one of the most important things that your game has to have as a baseline, before you even give us anything else, as a baseline, your fighters have to be unique. Your fighters have to move the way they move in real life. They have to punch and kick and circle and move their feet and move their head. If they have some unique quirk, something special, unique that they do, maybe a way they parry a shot, add as much individuality, as much uniqueness as you can to the game. You can't add enough. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, we've probably added enough. No, you didn't. You didn't. Everyone still has the same damn head movement animation. And that should not be the case, because not every single person moves their head the same exact way. You know what I mean? A vast majority of fighters are still sharing the same exact lunge animations, and that should not be the case. You did not do enough. You didn't do enough. You did a lot, which, as always, I'm fucking grateful for anytime there's a step in the right direction, but you didn't do enough. The ground game is still stale as hell. The clinch is still stale as hell. And there's a lot of stuff still broken at the moment that all needs to be fixed. So let's not sit on this, right? And go, oh my God, we did such a good job. We can now relax. No, I'm sorry, but that's just not the way it works, bro. That's not the way it works. The price of good work is more work. I'm sorry. If you do a very good job, we expect you to raise the bar. The next one you drop cannot be the same as this one or lower. It's gotta raise the bar again. And in my opinion, the focal point here should be fighter uniqueness as the baseline. It can't be something. Honestly, I want to get to a point where it's no longer a selling point. I want to get to a point where this is no longer a selling point. Where it's almost like you guys trying to sell your game by saying you can kick in our game. You can go for takedowns in our game. It's almost like, you should be able to kick and shoot takedowns in a mixed martial arts game. I would love to get, like, I've been screaming this for freaking years right now, bro, over a decade. I would love to get to a point where it's a given that when a new MMA game drops, of course, every single fighter is unique. What do you mean? What do you mean that's a selling point? You know what I mean? The selling point should be the bells and whistles after you've already added all the base things. And that's what I'm hoping that we see even in this one. Like, I don't think we should have to wait, bro. I don't think we should have to wait. I understand all this stuff is complex, right? But I really don't think we should have to wait. You know? Anyways, that's really it. Good job, EA, for outselling every other game. Good job for at least giving us, in large part, what we've been asking for in regards to fighter uniqueness. I am really enjoying playing this game. Picking up fighters I haven't used before and testing them. There's always something different, something new that you can implement. And I love that. But now I want more. I'm sorry I'm not content. I'm sorry I'm not satisfied. I'm sorry I'm not letting you just chill. Like, oh, I can kick my feet up a little bit. I've done good work. No, get back to work, please. I say that respectfully. Get back to work and do more. Okay? Get back to work and do more. That's what we want. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. You guys, I'm sure you guys are going to give me your thoughts. You guys are going to say, whatever. I'm not happy about this because they cut me a check. Dude, oh my God, it's so silly at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you boys later. Peace out. Have a good one.